Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Hungarian ebook before it's gone.
Hi everyone, this is your HungarianPod101.com host Lena. Today's top words topic is 10 ways to remember words. Let's go! Ismétléssel. Ismétléssel. Through repetition. Ismétléssel. Through repetition. Ismétléssel tanultam meg a verset. Ismétléssel tanultam meg a verset. I learned the poem through repetition. Well, this is how I used to learn poems at school. I was going section by section, and it usually worked, so this is a good way to remember words. TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. To watch a TV series with subtitles. TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. To watch a TV series with subtitles. A barátnőm amerikai TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. A barátnőm amerikai TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. My friend watches American TV series with subtitles. Then I would recommend watching a Hungarian animation series because, yeah, those were pretty good back then. Like, for example, Mézga család. Yeah, it's really funny. It's the translation is Mézga family. Mézga is the family name of the family members. And yeah, it's very funny. I would recommend that. Írásban gyakorol. Írásban gyakorol. To practice by writing. Írásban gyakorol. To practice by writing. A diák írásban gyakorolja a nyelvtant. A diák írásban gyakorolja a nyelvtant. The student practices grammar by writing. It's not always necessary to know how to write the language, but of course it's better if you know how to write the actual words properly. And with Hungarian, it's not that tricky. We usually pronounce words the way they are written. Hangosan olvas. Hangosan olvas. To read out loud. Hangosan olvas. To read out loud. Mikor szöveget memorizálok, hangosan olvasom a sorokat. Mikor szöveget memorizálok, hangosan olvasom a sorokat. When I memorize a text, I read the lines out loud. And that's true, that's what I do. That's how I used to study when I was a student, and even now when I try to memorize something and I'm at home, I prefer to read the lines out loud. It really helps. I think a lot of senses, if they are involved, not only, you know, your eyes that you read the text, but you can also kind of hear yourself saying what you want to memorize. You get more channels involved, and then you can memorize things better. Please try it when you learn Hungarian. And on HungarianPod101.com, we also have a feature called Voice Recorder Tool. And if you click that, you can record your own voice and play it back and compare it to the native speaker. So if you learn Hungarian through our site, please use that feature. Történeteket talál ki. Történeteket talál ki. To make up stories. Történeteket talál ki. To make up stories. A képzelőereje erősítése érdekében történeteket talál ki. A képzelőereje erősítése érdekében történeteket talál ki. To strengthen her imagination, she makes up stories. Well, I personally think of how to present what I want to say. I like to present it, in a funny way, or that they enjoy my story, basically, even though it's not something like a fantasy or a made-up story. Hallás után memorizál. Hallás után memorizál. To memorize by listening. Hallás után memorizál. To memorize by listening. Hallás után memorizáltam a tegnapi előadást. Hallás után memorizáltam a tegnapi előadást. I memorized yesterday's lecture by listening. Yeah, there were some classmates which were able to do that. And I was always so jealous because I think I always had to look at my notes and study more at home. I couldn't just sit in a lecture and then remember everything the next day. So yeah, I really admire people who are able to do that. Egyszerű szövegeket olvas. Egyszerű szövegeket olvas. To read simple texts. Egyszerű szövegeket olvas. To read simple texts. Mikor egy új nyelvet tanulok, először egyszerű szövegeket olvasok. Mikor egy új nyelvet tanulok, először egyszerű szövegeket olvasok. When I study a new language, first I read simple texts. I heard that when you learn a new language, and if you learn a more complicated language, then it's better to start with books for kids, because those are designed in a more special way. I guess different associations like images, sound, what helps children or people who don't speak that language memorize the words or simple sentences better. Yeah, if I want to start a new language, then I would definitely try it out. Dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgat. Dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgat. To listen to songs with lyrics. Dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgat. To listen to songs with lyrics. Megkönnyíti a nyelvtanulást, ha dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgatsz az adott nyelven. Megkönnyíti a nyelvtanulást, ha dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgatsz az adott nyelven. Learning a language is easy if you listen to songs in that language with the lyrics. That was something that I used to do. I was listening to my favorite band, and sometimes I tried to sing the songs, sing the lyrics, and I think it helped a little with the pronunciation of words that I didn't know before. And it's a fun way to learn something new, so I recommend that method as well. Alvás előtt ismétel. Alvás előtt ismétel. To repeat before going to sleep. Alvás előtt ismétel. To repeat before going to sleep. Alvás előtt mindig elismétlem az új szavakat, amiket aznap hallottam. Alvás előtt mindig elismétlem az új szavakat, amiket aznap hallottam. I always repeat the new words I heard during the day before going to sleep. When I was working in a different country, I used English during work, but I heard other people using that particular language of the country, and if I caught a word which was completely new for me, I tried to take a note, then in my free time look it up in a dictionary, and then just to check it again at the end of the day or before starting working again the next day. And yeah, it was helping me a lot. Barátokkal beszélget. Barátokkal beszélget. To talk with friends. Barátokkal beszélget. To talk with friends. Sokat segít a nyelvtanulásban, ha külföldi barátokkal beszélgetsz. Sokat segít a nyelvtanulásban, ha külföldi barátokkal beszélgetsz. It helps a lot in language learning if you talk with your foreign friends. My advice is that even if you're shy, it's very, very beneficial to talk to someone who's native in that other language. I think they will understand that you're still in the learning process, so they won't expect you to speak, perfect. The reason why I think it's very important is that you get a chance to use the language and to express your thoughts in a conversation rather than just writing an essay or just practice on your own, which are also important, but I think if you're in a situation where you have to improvise, it's more intense. It can help you to put the language in actual use and will help you to be more brave to use the language, and your brain is going to push you through to achieve this goal. That's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check our site hungarianpod101.com. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section. See you next time. Bye.
Hey everyone! Welcome to your monthly review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, new study tools, resources, and where we show off learners like you speaking the language. That is, if you're brave enough to participate and become language learning famous. All the materials mentioned in this video are available for you right now on our website. Click the link in the description to sign up for your free lifetime account and start speaking in minutes. Okay, today's topic is why your worst days are the best days to study. So, have you ever had a day where you planned on learning language and you just couldn't go through with it? Even if learning a new language is your personal goal, something that you really want? Well, today you're going to learn 1, why these bad days happen, and 2, why you'll get your best work done on your worst days. Let's start. Why bad days happen with language learning. When I say bad days, I don't mean when you're too busy or when life gets in the way. These things are unavoidable. I mean days when you're just not in the mood. It's a perfectly good day, the sun is shining, no bad news, but you just can't get yourself to study. You're just wasting the day. So here's why they happen. First, it's the law of diminishing returns in action. What does this mean? Think of it as eating pizza every day for 5 days a week. On the first day, the first 2 slices are great, but by the third one, you're feeling queasy. It's not as good. And by the 5th day, you're sick of pizza. That's the law of diminishing returns, when the benefits start decreasing over time. And it happens with language learning. When you first start, you learn a lot of phrases and it feels good. You're excited. But as time goes on, you don't feel like you're learning much. And this affects your mood and motivation, so you're not as excited to learn anymore. so you start having bad days. Second, bad days happen because you overthink things and ruin it for yourself. It's like dreading going to the gym. Let's say you went yesterday. You have to go again today. So you're dreading it all day long. I gotta go again. You set yourself up for a bad mood and a bad day. Third, bad days are a natural part of the cycle. Some days will be good. Most days you'll feel indifferent. Some days will be bad. But that's completely natural, and anyone with long-term projects and goals feels the same. And fourth, you can't be on 100% of the time. So just like days can't always be good, you too can't always be on and ready to go all the time. Again, just a realistic and expected part of the journey. Now, let's jump into the second part, why you'll get your best work done on your worst days. So, why will you get your best work done? First, it's not that bad once you start. Once you've spent 10 or 15 minutes learning a language, it's not so bad. People say the same thing about the gym. If you show up and put in a bit of time, it gets easier. Second, it's overcoming a mental barrier. What I mean is, when most of us have bad days, our brain automatically says, okay, can't be done today. Stop, we're done. But if you just work through it, you don't take these bad days so seriously anymore. And that means you're more likely to stick with your language learning goal. This brings us to the next point. Third, it's your best work because working on a bad day only strengthens your habit of language learning. Remember, habits are what will help you master a language over time. If you can stick to a habit on a bad day, your habit only gets stronger, and it will lead you to fluency. And finally, fourth, it just feels good to overcome something. Imagine you have a bad day, but you still put in 10 minutes of language learning. It's a real sense of achievement. And it doesn't matter if you do a 10-minute lesson or a 5-minute lesson. The fact that you made some progress on a bad day will give you the motivation you need to keep going. Now, speaking of lessons, here are this month's new lessons and resources. First, the Best of 2018 Language Learning Cheat Sheets. If you want to get access to all of our conversation cheat sheets that we sent out this year, here's your chance. Download this PDF bundle right now. Next, the brand new Supermarket Cheat Sheet. With this cheat sheet, you'll learn must-know shopping phrases and vocab for meats, vegetables, and all products that you'll find in a supermarket. And finally, the most common adjectives. If you're a beginner and don't yet know these adjectives, then this is a perfect chance to boost your vocabulary. This 1-minute lesson will get them stuck in your head, guaranteed. To get these free lessons and resources, just click the link in the description below. All right, everyone. Now we're asking you to submit a video or audio file of yourself speaking the language. If you do, you'll win 3 free months of access to our learning program, which includes your very own teacher. Here's the challenge for you. Yes, everyone watching this. Record a 30-second to 1-minute video or audio clip. Introduce yourself in the language. Share your name, where you're from, and why you're studying this language. And you'll win a 3-month Premium Plus subscription. To submit, click on the link in the description. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Then, fill out the form. Attach the audio or video file, and press submit. We may feature you in next month's episode. So a lot of learners will see you and your progress, and will hopefully get inspired to improve and master the language. To submit a recording, click the link in the description and follow the instructions on the page. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to set achievable language learning goals and resolutions. In the meantime, submit your recording if you're brave. Like and share this video, and leave a comment to tell us what language learning tactics you'd like us to talk about. See you next time. Bye!
Hi everyone, this is your host Lena again, and today we're going to learn 10 phrases you always want to hear. Let's go! Ma nagyon jól nézel ki. You look great today. Ma nagyon jól nézel ki. You look great today. Say it to someone you want to cheer up, or like you meet someone who is dressed up really nice, looking great, And then just say, ma nagyon jól nézel ki, and they'll be super happy. Hiányzol, I miss you. Hiányzol, I miss you. I don't know any situation, I'm not dramatic. I miss people, but it's like, I don't know, when I hear this word and like even the English, it's like I imagine some like romantic drama and like, you know, people freaking out about each other and things like that. Nagyszerű munkát végeztél. You did a great job. Nagyszerű munkát végeztél. You did a great job. If I want to tell this sentence to our HungarianPod101.com users, then I would say, nagyszerű munkát végeztetek. Bónuszt kapunk a hónap végén. We are going to get a bonus at the end of the month. Bónuszt kapunk a hónap végén. We are going to get a bonus at the end of the month. Yay! Te egy remek szakács vagy. You're an excellent cook. Te egy remek szakács vagy. You're an excellent cook. I like cooking, so when someone says it to me, I'm really happy. How about you? Are you enjoying cooking? Have you ever heard this from anyone? Please let us know. Tarts egy kis szünetet. Ma én takarítok. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Tarts egy kis szünetet. Ma én takarítok. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Who doesn't like to hear this? Seriously. Yeah. I want to hear it more often. Igazad volt. You were right. Igazad volt. You were right. I think this expression is something what people don't really like to admit. Do you say you were right to someone in a situation? Let us know. Hoztam neked valami különlegeset. I brought you something special. Hoztam neked valami különlegeset. I brought you something special. I brought you something special this lesson. Ma hamarabb mehetünk haza. We can go home earlier today. Ma hamarabb mehetünk haza. We can go home earlier today. This was the magic sentence at school when our lesson was cancelled and people felt like, yes, you hit like lottery or something. It was a really good feeling. So, you know, it's always a good thing if you can go home earlier. Hagyd csak, a vendégem voltál. Don't worry about it, you were my guest. Hagyd csak, a vendégem voltál. Don't worry about it, you were my guest. Again, it's something very nice to hear from someone. And this is the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let us know which one you prefer to hear from someone or which one you often use. Leave us a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Also, visit our site HungarianPod101.com for more contents and see you next time. Bye!
Hey everyone! Welcome to your monthly review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, new study tools, resources, and where we show off learners like you speaking the language. That is, if you're brave enough to participate and become language learning famous. All the materials mentioned in this video are available for you right now on our website. Click the link in the description to sign up for your free lifetime account and start speaking in minutes. Okay, today's topic is how to set achievable language goals and resolutions, your New Year's resolution solution. So, for those of you that have set a language goal for 2019, what is it? Leave a comment and tell me. And for those of you that laugh at New Year's resolutions because they just don't work, this is for you. Stick around. Today, you're going to learn, number 1, the top 3 reasons why language goals fail, and number 2, what you can do to succeed with your resolution. In other words, how to set successful language goals. Let's jump into today's topic, how to set achievable language goals and resolutions. And speaking of New Year's resolutions, it's almost like a joke nowadays, isn't it? You set a resolution, you try to do it in January. By February, there's no progress, and doing it isn't fun anymore. You quit and put it off until many years later when you start regretting all the things you've never done. So what's the problem with setting resolutions, and why do we keep failing? Let's jump into part 1, the top 3 reasons why language goals fail. First of all, regardless of what most people say, setting resolutions or goals is a good thing. You have to know where you're going and what you want to achieve, right? Otherwise, you'd spend days, months, years watching YouTube and have nothing to show for all the time you put in. But the problem with most resolutions is it's usually something like, I want to master Chinese, I want to lose weight, I want to be fluent in Japanese. People set very big, vague goals. And that's the first reason why resolutions fail. Resolutions fail because they are non-specific and unmeasurable. What do I mean by that? Take a goal like, I want to be fluent in English, Korean, or Japanese this year. The problem is that's a very vague goal, right? What do you mean by fluent? And how can you measure how much progress you need to be fluent in the language? You can't. It doesn't tell you anything about how much Japanese you should learn today, tomorrow, or how many minutes of Japanese to speak by month 1, by month 2, what resources to use, and when to stop and take a rest. So again, the first reason is resolutions fail because they are non-specific and unmeasurable. The second reason is New Year's resolutions fail because they're unrealistic. And you might say, but isn't it good to aim for the stars and set huge goals? Sure, it's not bad to want to go far, but if you say, I want to be fluent by September, and you just started learning a language today, it's not impossible, but are you ready to commit yourself to nothing but language learning, 6 to 8 hours a day, nonstop? If not, you need to be a little more realistic about your goals. The third reason is resolutions fail because there's no action plan. The problem is you'll still fail even with a specific and realistic goal if you don't know when and how you're going to do it. For example, when will you study? How long will you study for every day? And how will you study? So resolutions fail for 3 reasons. 1, they're non-specific and unmeasurable. 2, they're unrealistic. And 3, there's no action plan. Now, how do you set New Year's resolutions and actually succeed? Your goals should be 1, specific and measurable, 2, realistic, and 3, have an action plan. So the complete opposite of the mistakes most learners usually make. And there are 2 more rules. 4, you need to set a deadline. And 5, break down your yearly goal into smaller monthly goals. So how would this work? Let's say my New Year's resolution is to have a 30-minute conversation in Japanese by December 31st, and not, I want to learn Japanese one day, hopefully. Already, you can see that it's 1, specific and measurable. You can measure 30 minutes, right? 2, it's realistic. I'm aiming for 30 minutes, not fluency. There's a clear deadline, December 31st. Before we get into the action plan, there's another important part. I break my resolution down into smaller monthly goals. So let's say my goal is to speak 2 minutes of Japanese conversation by January 31st, 2019. Again, it's small and measurable, just 2 minutes. I can time myself and see how far along I am. There's a clear deadline. It's realistic. I'm not looking to master the whole language, just reach the 2-minute conversation mark. Now, what about your action plan? For that, you just need to answer these questions. When will you study? How long will you study every day? Where do you plan to study? How will you study? What's your study schedule? This is the most important part because this tells you when and how to study. So, when will you study? I'll study at 9 p.m. on weekdays, so 5 days a week. How long will you study every day? I'll study for 15 minutes. Where do you plan to study? I'll study at home, in the living room, on my computer. How will you study? I'll listen to 1 or 2 lessons a day to fill up the 15 minutes. What's your study schedule? Monday through Friday for 15 minutes a day. This makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? Instead of saying, hopefully I'll learn that language someday, and never taking action on your goals, by setting these small, measurable goals, you know what you need to do. Okay, let's recap. To set successful language goals, your goals should be 1. Specific and measurable, 2. Realistic, 3. Have an action plan, 4. A deadline, and 5. Be broken down into small monthly goals. So instead of saying, I want to be fluent in 2019, try, I want to speak 30 minutes of conversation by December 31st, 2019. And then go even smaller and set a small monthly goal. So everyone, it's your turn. Leave a comment and tell me, what's your small, measurable monthly goal? And what's the deadline? Here are some examples you can steal for yourself. Learn 100 words in 1 month. Speak 1 minute of your target language in a month. Or do 20 audio lessons in 1 month. Deadline, January 31st. Now, speaking of lessons, here are this month's new lessons and resources. First, the Ultimate Listening Video Master Course. Honest question, how sharp are your listening skills? With this video master course, they'll be as sharp as a razor. Download it right now. Next, the Talk About Your Body PDF cheat sheet. With this cheat sheet, you'll learn words for parts of your body in the target language. Then, there's the most common texting slang word list. If you want to text in the language you're learning, you'll love this. You'll learn how to say LOL and other words in your target language. And finally, the How to Express Quantity vocab list, where you learn how to say if there's a lot, a few, or a little bit of something. To get these free lessons and resources, just click the link in the description below. So, thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about the 7 tested timeless ways to learn a language. In the meantime, like and share this video, and leave a comment to tell us what language learning tactics you'd like us to talk about. See you next time. Bye!
Hello everyone, welcome to HungarianPod101.com. Today we are going to learn another set of top words. Today's topic is 10 hardest words to pronounce. Let's go! Our first word is bakanczokni, socks for boots. Bakanczokni, socks for boots. Van bakanczoknid? Do you have socks for boots? This word, bakanczokni, consists of 2 separate parts. The first part is bakancs, which means boots, and zokni is socks. And the reason why it could be harder to pronounce is that at the end of bakancs, you can see the CS, which is a Hungarian digraph. And then the next word, zokni, begins with a Z. So you have 3 consonants at one place, and when you pronounce it, it's probably better to divide the word in 2 parts, like bakancs and zokni. Try to say it matching all together. Bakanczokni, socks for boots. Cukrozzacskó, sugar bag. Cukrozzacskó, sugar bag. Egy cukrozzacskó van az asztalon. There is a sugar bag on the table. Egészségedre. Bless you. Our next entry is an expression. Egészségedre. Bless you. You say this expression when someone sneezes or when you're having a drink. So it's also used when you want to say cheers. And you just say egészségedre and you click your glasses. Használt ruhakereskedés. Second-hand clothing store. Használt ruhakereskedés. Second-hand clothing store. A posta mellett van a használt ruhakereskedés. The second-hand clothing store is next to the post office. This entry, használt ruhakereskedés, could be difficult to pronounce because it's quite long, but just practice by first saying these 2 parts on their own. Használt ruha and then kereskedés. So altogether it's használt ruha kereskedés. There is also a shortened version in Hungarian for this type of stores. People would say turkáló or turi, because the image is that when you go to these kind of second-hand clothing stores, sometimes they pile up clothes in a big pile, and then you are digging for your items. So it's not always on hangers, but they just throw a bunch of items to a place, and then you can get items from that area actually cheaper. Lisztes zsák, flower bag. Lisztes zsák, flower bag. A lisztes zsák kiukadt, és lisztes lett minden. The flower bag got punctured, and there was flour on everything. Have you ever had this experience? Magánnyugdíjpénztár, private pension fund. Magánnyugdíjpénztár, private pension fund. A magánnyugdíjpénztár kedvező ajánlatot kínál. The private pension fund has a favorable offer. This word is pretty long, so that's why it could be a little bit difficult. But again, I would say that the best way you can remember this is to break it into parts. So you can practice by just saying first magán, then nyugdíj, then pénztár, and altogether it's magánnyugdíjpénztár. Mézes kalácssütés, baking of gingerbread. Mézes kalácssütés, baking of gingerbread. Mézes kalácssütést tervezünk karácsony előtt. We are planning to bake gingerbread before Christmas. Risszemek, grains of rice. Risszemek, grains of rice. Risszemek hullottak a földre. Grains of rice fell on the floor. This word is difficult because you have two digraphs attached to each other in it. The first part of the word is rizs, which means rice, and then szemek, which means grains. So altogether it's rizsszemek. Uzsiszsák, snack bag. Uzsiszsák, snack bag. Bepakoltad az uzsiszsákodat? Did you pack your snack bag? This word could be difficult because, again, three consonants are together in the middle of it. And then you kind of have to decide where one part of the word ends. So the first part is uzsis, and then comes zsák. So altogether it's uzsiszsák. Viszontlátásra, goodbye. Viszontlátásra, goodbye. Viszontlátásra could be difficult because you have an N, T, and L consonants all together. So when you practice, it's better to do it slowly, viszontlátásra, and then when you're confident enough, you can say it more faster, viszontlátásra. And that's the end of this list. I hope you liked these entries, and let me know which one you found the most difficult, and let me know which is your favorite in the comment section. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to check the site hungarianpod101.com for more awesome content. Thank you for watching this time, and see you next time. Bye! Hello everyone, this is Lena and this is Hungarian Top Words. Today we are going to learn 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Köszönöm, de igazság szerint nem ez az anyanyelvem. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. Köszönöm, de igazság szerint nem ez az anyanyelvem. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. If you are super fluent in the language and then people comment or even think that you are from that country and then you say that, then people are going to be really surprised. Mindössze egy évbe telt, hogy megtanuljak folyékonyan beszélni. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Mindössze egy évbe telt, hogy megtanuljak folyékonyan beszélni. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. When people ask you how long have you been studying a language and then you say it took you just a year to become fluent, then it's definitely impressive. 3 éven belül anyanyelvi szinten fogok magyarul beszélni. I'll speak Hungarian like a native speaker in 3 years. 3 éven belül anyanyelvi szinten fogok magyarul beszélni. I'll speak Hungarian like a native speaker in 3 years. Please challenge yourself and let us know if it worked out. I'm really curious how long it took for our viewers to get in, not only into native level, but like just conversational level. Try it. 10 éve tanulok magyarul. I've been learning Hungarian for 10 years. 10 éve tanulok magyarul. I've been learning Hungarian for 10 years. How about you? How long have you been studying Hungarian? Please let us know in the comment section. Magyar filmeket felirat nélkül is tudok nézni. I can watch Hungarian movies without subtitles. Magyar filmeket felirat nélkül is tudok nézni. I can watch Hungarian movies without subtitles. To be able to watch Hungarian movies without subtitles, I think you have to be pretty much on a native speaker level. Depends on the movie too, but sometimes you hear slangs or regional language, then that could be a little bit difficult to understand. I think it's a good challenge to try how fluent you are to watch a movie without the subtitles and then, for example, have a discussion with your friends about the movie afterwards. That could be a really good practice. Meg tudok jegyezni 50 magyar szót egy nap alatt. I can memorize 50 Hungarian words a day. Meg tudok jegyezni 50 magyar szót egy nap alatt. I can memorize 50 Hungarian words a day. Memorizing 50 words a day is pretty impressive. I think I've never tried that much. A magyar nyelv szórakoztató és könnyen tanulható. Hungarian is fun and easy to learn. A magyar nyelv szórakoztató és könnyen tanulható. Hungarian is fun and easy to learn. That's right. Hungarian language is very interesting, I think. We have a lot of sounds, various ways how we can talk about something or even say a word. Because of that, our literature is pretty rich as well. If you're looking for a fun language, which is not really widespread yet, then please try out Hungarian. A magyar nyelven kívül egyéb nyelveken is beszélek. Apart from knowing Hungarian, I can speak a few other languages as well. A magyar nyelven kívül egyéb nyelveken is beszélek. Apart from knowing Hungarian, I can speak a few other languages as well. I speak Hungarian, English, and Japanese fluently. How about you? How many languages do you speak? Magamtól tanulok magyarul. I'm learning Hungarian all by myself. Magamtól tanulok magyarul. I'm learning Hungarian all by myself. That's very impressive, I think, if people ask you, how do you study Hungarian? And if you say, oh, it's all by myself because I'm interested, then they'll be both happy and impressed. I wonder if there are any sources in your country to study Hungarian, or are you going to language school, or do you take lessons from a teacher, or are you just studying on your own? I'm very interested, so please let us know in the comment section. Gyakran beszélek magyarul álmomban. I often speak in Hungarian in my dream. Gyakran beszélek magyarul álmomban. I often speak in Hungarian in my dream. That's a very interesting thing, that if you get to that level that you start to think and even dream in a foreign language, then probably you're really good at it. And this is the end of our list. If someone speaks your language and then they say one of these phrases, then how would you react? Please write about it in the comment section, and please like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check HungarianPod101.com for more Hungarian content, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Hungarian ebook before it's gone.